Oh yeah, the clipboard, yes.
Interview, yeah.
Hello.
Could you first introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm David Jones and I'm a yoga teacher and I teach a yoga class regularly here at Sussex University on a Tuesday evening at 6:15.
Could you describe yoga to me in your own words?
Oh gosh. Always easy questions first. Well, yoga for me is it's a combination of lifestyle issues, physical work, meditation and breath work to make yourself more healthy physically, mentally, psychologically. But also it's about a certain way of life and a certain philosophy. And sometimes that bit gets a bit lost. When you go to yoga classes, most of them are just about physical posture work, but actually yoga has a lot of philosophical stuff behind it as well.
Could you tell me about your personal journey with yoga and how you first came to it?
Well, yeah. Well, it's a bit of a classic story, really. You know, there's a famous yoga saying that you don't find yoga, yoga finds you when you're ready for it. And I think that was true for me, and it's true for lots of people. I reckon the majority of people who come to yoga classes, not so much younger people actually, but the majority of people middle-aged or above who go to yoga classes, is because something's happened in their life. Something traumatic or very emotionally draining or difficult has happened. And in my case, I had a sort of rather classic midlife crisis. My long-term relationship with my partner broke up, and I was feeling a little bit sort of, you know, not sure about my place in the world and what I was doing. And I saw an article in the Guardian newspaper describing Ashtanga yoga as being a good workout and mixed with some Eastern mysticism. And I thought that sounded interesting. And I went along to my first class and I thought it was great. I felt very out of place, to be honest. I was 10, 20 years older than almost anyone else in the room and a different sex. And it felt a little bit intimidating, but I loved it. And it's made me feel very good. And it actually was an important part in stabilizing my life at a time of turmoil. And I think that happens to a lot of people.
And so because of how much yoga helped you, is that sort of why you decided to
Yeah, it only took me 2 or 3 years to think I'd really like to teach this. You know, I'd like to give it back to other people because I'd found it, you know, relatively accidentally, and I just thought it was brilliant, great thing to do, so I wanted to teach. But it was very difficult. At the time, I was paying 2 mortgages. I had a full-time job with a quite high salary, and it took me 10 years, really, to reorganize my life so that I could spend a chunk of it teaching yoga. It wasn't easy, but I always had that perspective. And I've been teaching now for 11, nearly 12 years. Yeah.
So that's quite a long time. You mentioned about being older and also being a different gender to people.
Yeah.
Have you found that that's influenced sort of your journey as becoming a teacher, or have you navigated things in a different way because of that, maybe?
Well, I mean, maybe, I don't want to sound stereotypical, but maybe because I'm a little bit older, I'm a little bit wiser about some things and I'm a little bit more humble. I mean, I don't want to diss young yoga teachers because I was a yoga teacher at some point, and everybody has to learn and has to start somewhere. But some of them think they know more than they really do. I think as you get older, one of the main things you learn in life is how little you do know. And it's a bit the same with teaching, really. I mean, I'm now very aware of how little I know, even though I've been teaching for 12 years, which is a long time in yoga world. But it's still a lovely thing to do. And as the job goes, you know, hey, there aren't many better jobs than being a yoga teacher. Just say, is that okay so far?
Yeah,
Sure.
really good, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Never quite sure.
Very easy because you're really good at talking about it.
I'm a good talker.
No, but you're good at sort of navigating the question and sort of knowing what sort of things I want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you for asking me. It's always nice to be asked. You good guys? You didn't see that, I was pulling a face, that's fine.
That could be in the little
Yeah.
bloopers at the end.
Yes, the blue